He is a whiz on the piano and has cut music with Dolly Parton, Michael W. Smith, and so many other big names that we could be here all day talking about them.
That's right. Alex Zsolt has new music out on the album At the Ivories. It's a mix of genres featuring Broadway and classical hits with hymns and worship songs, a little bit of it all. Thanks so much for joining us.
Great to be here. Thank you for having me today.
Yes, you are so talented, but you know, my eyes are on the queen here. I have to know all about this.
Oh, what an incredible experience. Well, first we recorded the orchestra in Prague, and afterwards brought the arrangement back. It's arranged by David T. Clydesdale, just a whiz. And a friend of mine who has some association with Dolly asked him, could you have her listen to this? And then she said yes to doing the duet, which is really like a trio. We have Charles Billingsley on there as well. To, you know, as an instrumentalist, it's hard to have the words mean something unless, you know, you're passionately playing them. But having Charles and Dolly also in that mix is amazing. And she was just so great to do this for the 50th anniversary of the song, I Will Always Love You.
Amazing.
So amazing. Gosh, and I know she's a woman of faith, and you say you create music that ministers. Ooh, I love that. I felt it. So what was the inspiration behind the new album, At the Ivories?
Well, I've done all these outreach events about 15, 20 years ago in theaters, and people would bring their friends, and, you know, it was outside of the church walls. I believe we have to go there, too. And so when we did these, I said, let's do 10 different musical styles all in one night. So everybody that came, they didn't like something, you know, because music is so subjective. So we did from Broadway, patriotic, classical hymns, worship songs, but I never had an album to go with it. So here I am 15, 20 years later, and At the Ivories comes out.
There it is, decades later. Now, your music is also featured in a documentary about your mother, who I want to give a shout out to because she's here in the studio. She immigrated to America from Hungary.
From Hungary.
Yeah, let's take a little look at that. We'll chat on the other side about it. I love that. A life of memories, lessons, and faith. Tell us a little bit about her story and yours.
It's powerful. You know, she was born in World War II and had to live through that wartime. Then when she's 16, in 1956, the Hungarian Revolution came in. And one of the biggest lessons I learned from her is you can go through and face anything in life with God's help. And that has always stuck with me. And to know what she grew under, grew up through communism, was turned down jobs because of what communism was all about. It's really a journey and a story. And so we're going into schools and sharing her story. We really feel this connects especially with younger girls and connecting with them on how life could be different and how you have to lean into your faith.
Gosh, providing such great perspective. I love that, especially for our youth right here in the U.S. All right, switching gears a little bit. This guy is a huge fan of Batman.
Yes.
He apparently has a bat cave at his home, and he also sometimes dresses up as Robin. Please explain. Look at this photo. Thank you so much to
With
our
the real
director.
Robin.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, where did this love and passion come from?
You know, my brother, when I was 9 years old, took me to the Tim Burton movie. I didn't like it. And as Adam calls himself, Adam West, The Bright Knight. And I loved it as a kid. Then later I got the humor as an adult. But I never knew that they would all become my friends and would be asked to do these kind of, you know, ceremonies with them. It's awesome.
I want to know more about the Bat Cave. I mean, what's in there?
The Nashville Bat Cave?
I heard you have one in your house.
I do, yeah. So I have.
There is a Nashville Bat Cave also, and yes, that's fascinating. But please, we wanted to see inside your home.
Yeah. No. Well, sometime we'll have to do a show from there, you know, in the Bat Cave.
I love that.
But you know, I have replica costumes, but some of them are actually pieces of the original fabric from the show as well. Props. The Bat phone is there, so it really is like a mini museum. Music-wise, Neil Hefti was a friend of mine. His son Paul, he wrote the Batman theme song Odd Couple. He had this chair, and his son Paul gave me this chair that Neil wrote Batman, Odd Couple, and all these jazz standards. So that's like one of my prized possessions, is having that chair that Neil did all. Because back then music was all handwritten. It wasn't with you know, the computers like now.
A lot.
Yeah.
Well, that is fascinating.
Thank you so much for joining us,
Thank
Alex.
you for having me.
You're
This
so
has been wonderful.
talented.
Thank you.
Y'all check out The Ivories, available now, and to sample more of his music, visit pianocreations.com.